while Washington millionaires are moving to Granbury. So if you're following the news, Washington State just passed a bill that is going to increase taxes specifically on people making over $1 million. And for that reason, a lot of people are moving. Noteworthy, the owner of Starbucks did mention that he is now moving to Florida, and many others are doing the same. And a lot of them are actually choosing Texas, and specifically they're targeting conservative cities like Granbury for several reasons, and we're going to jump into that right now. If this is your first time to the channel, we really appreciate you tuning in to today's episode where we're going to do a deep dive into why people are leaving Washington and moving to Granbury, Texas. There was some recent news about a tax bill. A lot of people are leaving, as they've been doing in California. Washington now is going to see quite a few high earners leave the state and move to some areas like Granbury, Texas. And we're going to go over why they're choosing places like Granbury over a lot of the others. So if this is your first time here, we appreciate it. Feel free to reach out to us, call, text, email. We'd love to help any way we can. All right, so Washington, there was a bill that came out on March 12th, and it's Senate Bill 6346, and it represents a new shift in the tax law. So a 9.9% tax will be applied to adjusted gross household income that exceeds $1 million. This is not on an individual. This is a household, an additional basically 10% on top of what the taxes that were already being paid. This is scheduled to take effect on January 1st, 2028, which means the first collections will take place in 2029 when people pay their taxes. The 1 million limit applies to entire household, as we said, and it's projected to raise between 3 to 4 billion annually. What we don't know is how many people are going to leave and how much tax revenue are they going to lose because of the people leaving. That becomes the question. California has seen quite a few people leave their state, lots of businesses that have left their state in favor of Texas or Florida, and it seems the owner of Starbucks is making his way out of Washington as a result of the news that came out of this just a couple of days ago. So there are many things that are going to be going on with this. And so a lot of the folks that are leaving, there's a chance that the Supreme Court might come in and overthrow it. But as it stands right now, we're going to see some people moving over the next 1 to 2 years to get ahead of this incoming tax change. All right, so why are people moving to Granbury? There's a few reasons. One, we have no income tax. So if you compare Washington that has a 7% gains over to 50, we have 0 here. So there's a big difference when you move here. That's going to be potentially a lot of money that you're going to be saving. Property tax comparison. So Texas property taxes are a little bit higher, but the cost of the homes are a lot lower. I'm going to pull my screen up here in just a minute, and we're going to do a comparison of some homes that you can get for 1.3, 1.5 to 2 million here in Granbury. And then people who understand what's going on in the Washington market can see that actually the homes here are actually much more affordable comparatively. So even though the taxes are a touch higher because there's no income tax, as far as the property goes, there's actually a trade-off with that. You get much more house for your money. So what you're going to be finding here is if you're in that, $1 to $2 million price range, you're going to be looking at, lakefront homes or luxury estates or maybe ranches. A lot of people that are moving here from Washington are buying 10, 20, 30 acre ranches and having this, beautiful homes because they're selling property there and moving here. So there's lots of options that are available for folks that are in that income. And we could go check out some other stuff, even higher if we were interested. But just as a baseline to start our comparison, I think this would be a good place to check, like between $1.5 to $2 million. So there's a new construction boom that's going on. So lots of new developments, new communities are coming up around Granbury. And, population shows online that it's only 12,000 people, but it's actually closer to 70,000. So we're punching way above our weight class in terms of population and growth and infrastructure. We're seeing a lot more stuff coming in and will continue to come in over the next couple of years. So we're going to see prices continue to rise, and that window of opportunity is probably going to come to a close over the next 10 years as far as, selling there, moving here, and getting a much bigger bang for your buck. There's lots of cool features about Granbury as well. It's, the historic downtown square, the whole square was annexed as a part of the historic district. It's been named the best historic small town in the nation for like 4 years out of the last 6. It's been an incredible amount. So there is a lot of people that come here just for tourist purposes because it's a cool place to come hang out, spend some time, enjoy a weekend. A lot of folks are relocating, retiring here. It's a great retirement community. And for those that are, working in businesses where maybe you don't have to be tethered to the state where your business operates, being able to work remote gives people the option of moving to a great place like Granbury while still functioning in some capacity in other areas. So great opportunities have been made possible post-COVID with the rise of remote work. If you get a chance to come in and enjoy a weekend here, one of the things that we hear most from people that are relocating from out of state, especially up north or from California or New York, Washington, Oregon, is the people here are genuinely friendly. They are struck by how friendly when they go in to shop or restaurants, just how friendly everyone is. That is something that really catches people off guard. So we highly recommend you come in and just get a feel for the people. Enjoy a weekend here. Do the wine tasting or go do an event on the square or enjoy some live music somewhere, or just go just shop around some of the little boutique shops that are on the square, and you'll get a feel for just how friendly the people are. So great things to do, lots of fun, tourist heavy, so Granbury usually has things going on that people can come in and enjoy. So there's always things going on in Granbury. Now, before we go and look at the price point of homes, the question you have to ask yourself is Granbury really the best fit for everyone? Well, no. Honestly, the summers, they get hot. It's very hot in the summer. North Texas heat is real. It's not the humid heat that you're going to get down in Houston, but it is hot. And, we're not right by the ocean like some in Florida properties. So there are some differences between here and somewhere like that, or maybe even going to North Carolina or some of those beachfront areas are probably pretty sweet. So Granbury is not going to be the best fit for someone that is not accustomed to that heat or just doesn't want to endure it. So that is definitely one aspect of consideration. It also is not going to have, the diversity that you're going to have in somewhere like Fort Worth or Dallas. There's going to be a lot of traffic, but there's also going to be a lot of stuff to do, entertainment options that will be a part of everyday life. Granbury is going to be a little bit slower pace and a little bit more laid back, and a little bit more friendly in terms of the people that are here. Somewhere like Fort Worth is going to have a lot more to do, but people are going to be a little bit more frenetic, and also you're not going to have, as nice laid back environment. All right, so let's go in and take a look. Before we finish this off, I want to share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you a couple of properties that are in Granbury at this price point. So I want to show you specifically, let's take a look at this property here. Beautiful home, backs up in some ways close to the lake, and as you can see, it's a beautiful custom home, really high-end finishes, nice wood floors. This property was right at 6,000 square feet. Nice views of the lake. All right, so there's a property there. It's currently under contract, which is not surprising. Let's say you're a pilot and you want to live on a landing strip. So we could show you this here. Unfortunately, there's no photos of this property, but here's one option. If you are a pilot, Pecan Plantation has, so this one should have some photos for us. Got a pool. Should have, there's the hangar, the plane. So you come out of here and there's going to be a strip that you can go and fly out from. Some cool options there. Then you've got some lakefront, beautiful properties that you can take a look at. So main body lake sorts of properties. So there's one there. I think there's another one that's really cool as well. This one, yeah, this one's a neat looking property. Beautiful views of the Lake Granbury here. Wonderful location, main body. And then we can also go pull some properties maybe on some acreage. So this is a 25-acre property on Neri Road. Beautiful trees. So, if this is something that you're looking for, probably a little bit more difficult to find something like this in Seattle. So there's some options that you're going to find available in these price points. If you wanted some acreage, 25 acres is quite nice. Maybe you want something a little more. Here's a 54-acre property on Membrano Highway. So you've got some, more extensive acreages, or you could go into something a little bit smaller. So this is going to be a small lot, but it will be on a canal, as you can see there. This is a cool property. So this is in the island, and when you see these, see how the lot goes all the way back to the lake. So this is a boat dock, and so all the homes kind of create a little L shape down to the dock, and so all these docks are owned by homes that are in this little pocket here. So it's 3.7 acres total, but it's because of this, this long stretch. But you can see it has a pool. We can run through. Nice wood floors, nice counters. Beautiful home. And this is a premier community here in Granbury. So this one's 1.36. So with all of this, we can see there's lots of options available at these price points, and Granbury might be a good fit if you're looking for a smaller, slower pace community, access to some of the best hospitals and healthcare in the world. It's going to be here in Dallas, Fort Worth. So that's an hour and a half away, so it's not that far. So you have access to some good stuff like that without having to live in the midst of all the hustle and bustle. It is a conservative city. So if that's something that is of interest to you, it would definitely should have Granbury on your radar. If you are looking to be more in the middle of all the activity, Granbury might be a little bit too small for you. It might be a little out of the way. I know some people compare Lake Granbury to Possum Kingdom Lake, and the pro of this area over that is that we're closer to all the healthcare, and it's a little bit more established area. Possum Kingdom has probably the best lake in the state of Texas, so there's definitely some positives to go there. I do have an assistant that serves that area, so if for some reason you decide on, and looking at the Possum Kingdom, reach out to us. We can help with that as well. But most people that are looking to relocate and settle down as a primary home are usually favor the Granbury area more so because of its proximity to the Metroplex, growth potential, and access to good health care. All right, so with all of that, we hope you found this information helpful. We really enjoyed putting some of this together. If maybe you're relocating from Washington or any other state, maybe there's other states that are watching this. If you're interested in finding some homes here, we'd love the chance to put something together for you and answer any questions you have or give you some advice. So with that, hope you enjoy the video. If we don't hear from you, hopefully we'll see you around Granbury sometime.